Hey, she's dead!
No, they save her. They have to save Pinkie Pie.
I know they do. Damn it. Hey guys, my executive producers at Patreon.com have spoken, and today we are looking at My Little Pony, the movie. I gotta say, I am not looking forward to this one. After being let down by their first movie, Equestria Girls, the review of which and many, many more are currently available for a pledge as little as $2 a month at patreon.com/bobshow, I have my doubts that this one is going to be any better. After all,
everybody knows that the sequel's never quite as good.
But I'm nothing if not a fair reviewer, so let's see if this is any better or worse than Equestria Girls. We're off to a questionable start before the opening logos are even finished. Why Allspark Pictures? Why not just have it under the Hasbro banner? Is this supposed to imply that everything is going to be tied back to the Transformers? Are we going to get an Into the Transformers-verse movie where the Transformers meet G.I. Joe, meets My Little Pony, meets Mr. Potato Head? I do gotta say, I like this title. My Little Pony, the movie. The reveal of the logo itself is just more cinematic than that of Equestria Girls, and calling itself the movie implies that this is the only My Little Pony movie that exists. Equestria Girls, the original 1986 movie, let's just pretend those didn't happen. And then this satisfying title gives way to this. Our introduction to this whimsical, magical world is focusing on flying pony ass. At least this movie knows where its priorities lie.
See the ponies trotting down the street.
I see ponies flying through the clouds. Are they the ponies you're talking about? These Pegasi and a bunch of other ponies are traveling to Canterlot, the capital of Equestria, which for some reason looks like a giant toilet.
You're just looking at it from a bad angle.
You mean a shitty angle? We joke, but this opening shot is actually pretty good. Unlike the TV show, which was animated entirely in Flash, this movie's larger budget allows for these 2D ponies to be integrated into 3D settings with 3D lighting, and the ponies themselves are a combination of recycled asset animation like we're used to, with traditional frame-by-frame elements thrown into the mix, like these two Pegasi with wings that were clearly animated by hand. On the whole, it gives the movie a more cinematic energy that was distinctly lacking from Equestria Girls.
Every pony from Manhattan to Saddle Arabia is here.
Oh no, it's full of puns.
It's My Little Pony!
And we're broken up now. Thanks, movie! Princess Twilight Sparkle is holding her first Friendship Festival. If you're not sensing the very subtle theme here, I'll just go ahead and lay it out for you. Friendship! And they're excited for the arrival of Songbird Serenade. How do these ponies get their names anyway? For better or for worse, Bayformers established that the Transformers usually go by some kind of serial number, and then choose names for themselves, like how B-127 became Bumblebee. But Songbird Serenade? I'd assume that's just a stage name, if not for the fact that every other pony has an equally ridiculous name. Anyway, Twilight asks Princesses Celestia, Luna, and Cadence if they can use their magic to enhance Songbird's performance by altering the course of the sun, moon, and auroras, because they can do that, just roll with it. But they turn her down.
Each of us uses our powers to serve Equestria in our own way. You are the Princess of Friendship. You already have all the magic you need.
Yes, we know. Somehow she has all the magic she needs, despite it not making a damn bit of sense. Yep, these princesses control the heavens, and Twilight has Friendship. If Equestria Girls didn't just show us how friendship is a stronger superpower than it really has any right to be, I'd say that Twilight was handed the green ribbon of princessdom. We then join her other friends. Rainbow Dash is clearing clouds from the sky. The princesses have reservations about toying with the cosmos, but screwing with the weather is perfectly fine. Pinkie Pie is once again blowing long, phallic balloons. And Fluttershy is demonstrating her adorable dominion over the animal kingdom.
All will bow before Fluttershy. Yay.
Twilight is nervous about her ability to host the festival successfully without the magic of the other princesses, since no other festival has ever survived without cosmic intervention. Her friends sing a little song about how she's got this and how they're all there to back her up. Friendship, 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 blah blah blah. Oh, hi, Cheese Sandwich. Enjoy this 2-second cameo followed by absolutely nothing else. How can you have a musical, acknowledge the existence of this character who is famously voiced by Weird Al Yankovic, and then do nothing with him? Chekhov's gun is one thing, but this is Yankovic's party cannon. If this character is introduced in Act 1, he has to sing and blow confetti in your face by Act 3. Shame on you, movie. And then Songbird Serenade shows up. Huzzah.
Oh, it's Sia.
Sorry, I don't know most singers. That name's flying right over my head.
She's the one that put Shia LaBeouf in a cage with a little girl.
Oh good, we needed that extra layer of creepy.
And in case anyone's wondering, they're basing this look for Songbird Serenade literally on Sia herself.
Sorry to beat a dead pony here, but I gotta bring up Cheese Sandwich again. In his introductory episode, he strolls into town to act as a party-planning foil to Pinkie Pie, and he just happens to be voiced by Weird Al. It's organic. It's real. He's a character first, and a special guest star second. Here, it's just Sia. Sia's here, and she's a pony. That's the whole joke. Whoa. Speaking of cameos for cameo's sake, why are her handlers John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson from Pulp Fiction? What happened here was a cameo, and I want you to fucking acknowledge it! Then we get... another cameo by... Gozer? No, it's the arrival of our villain, the Storm King. With a name like that, and the timely arrival of these black clouds, you might think that he has control over the elements or something. Until we see any of that, we have his emissary, Tempest Shadow, a unicorn with a broken horn. Because a scar across the eye isn't enough visual shorthand for this character has a tragic backstory and hates the world because of it, why not chop off a bone and never let it heal properly? She proclaims her intentions of taking the princess's magic, and she sicks her army of... Tron Yetis to take over the city while she takes out Luna, Celestia, and Cadence with magical Fabergé hacky sacks.
Luna, quick! Go south, beyond the Badlands. Seek help from the Queen of the Hippo.
Twilight and her friends escape by the skin of their teeth, or maybe Canterlot just flushed them out. Since they're unable to do anything on their own, Twilight decides it's up to them to do what Luna was going to do and seek help from the Queen of the Hippos.
Luna can't, so I have to. Hippos? Seriously?
I've heard they're surprisingly graceful for their size, but they're always hungry.
Hungry? Hippos?
The seeds have been planted. A shared Hasbro cinematic universe is coming. Twilight offers her friends the chance to back out, but they all agree to go with her because friendship and all that.
Boing, 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 boing. Any pony up for a game of I Spy? No, really, come on. I spy with my little eye something that is orange. No takers? It's you, Applejack!
Is there such a thing as pony Ritalin? And if not, can there be? Please. We briefly cut back to the easily conquered Canterlot. I guess all those royal guards were just for show. Where we finally meet the Storm King himself.
Where am I supposed to be looking? I never understand how this spell works. Tempest!
Over here, Your Excellency.
Where?
Over here.
Huh?
No, right. Look right.
My right?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Here's the deal. I'm in the middle of a big rebrand here. The Storm King is tracking, well, as intensely intimidating. But you know what? I need to back it up. You know what I need to back it up with? A storm! That would be great!
The Storm King is just some schmuck who won't have the ability to control the weather until after he captures the princess's magic. Because of course it makes total sense to frame your entire identity around a superpower you don't even have.
Give me 3 days. I'll have everything ready for your arrival.
Remember, Tempest, only I have the power to make you whole. Fail me, and your horn won't be the only thing that's broken.
Did you like that little threat? I hope so, because this is the last time we see the Storm King behave legitimately villainous. For the rest of the movie, he's just yucking it up like Hades, but with no plan or motivation behind him. Why is he even doing any of this? The Ponies, meanwhile, have made their way to this wretched hive of scum and villainy, where they run into this guy who I'm sure has only the purest intentions and wants to help our heroes out of the goodness of his heart. Nope, no shady con man here. And since Rarity isn't going to say it, I guess I'll have to. That burgundy jacket is just horrid, darling. Capper here sings a song about how he's the friend that the Ponies need to navigate this strange, scary environment. And I gotta love how Twilight, the princess of friendship, isn't letting her guard down. Yes, friendship is a wonderful thing, but tempering it with a little caution is always a good idea. Twilight looks at this map and deduces that Luna was actually meant to seek help from the queen of the hippogriffs, not the hippos. Okay, so we're establishing that hippogriffs are a thing, but how do you know that it was them to whom Luna was supposed to appeal and not the hippos? While they have a moment to spare before Capper can sell them into slavery, a plot twist I was able to call the second I saw this guy, Rarity quickly stitches up his jacket for no other reason than because it's the friendly thing to do. They get away from their captors and try to catch this airship, but Pinkie Putz falls to her doom, making the party somewhere between 12 to 20% safer by making it less accident-prone.
No, they save her. They have to save Pinkie Pie.
I know they do. Damn it. Of course, Twilight saves Pinkie. But before they can continue with their mission, they have a shipload of pirates to deal with, who all break for lunch before they throw our heroes overboard. It turns out that they're now working as couriers for the Storm King, again making me wonder what kind of authority this guy actually has in order to do that. Kings employing pirates and rebranding them as privateers is nothing new, but they were actual kings. They had real power. Who is the Storm King, and how did he gain so much influence with no one noticing before now? What kind of power does he hold over these pirates where he's able to dictate to them that they're allowed only this one break during their workday, so they'd better take advantage of it while they can or else they don't get to eat? Who is this guy?
Doesn't Hasbro own the Star Wars toy license?
Yes, they do. And suddenly the Storm King's inexplicable power makes all the sense in the world. He's the First Order! And since I'm a nitpicky bastard, I gotta ask, if these pirates are parrots, does that mean that they have little pet humans that they train to talk? Rainbow Dash sings a song about how these pirates should cast off the shackles of their oppressors and be awesome again. And while Twilight's objection to this is never explained, I like to think that she is on the same page as me. If these pirates go back to just doing whatever they want, that means that they'll kill these ponies sooner rather than later. That strikes me as particularly not awesome. Actually, you know what? Twilight's a princess, isn't she? Specifically, she's a princess of friendship, meaning that she should be an authority on taking enemies or strangers and convincing them to be allies. Why isn't she trying to negotiate with these pirates? She could offer a better deal than the Storm King, maybe protection, amnesty, or, not. And that's fine, Twilight. Just let Rainbow Dash sing about being awesome while you wait for the problem to fix itself. So now that the pirates have their piratey mojo back, while flying what may arguably be the least intimidating pirate ship in the history of fiction, Dash decides to celebrate with a sonic rain boom. For those in need of a reminder, a sonic rain boom is what happens when a Pegasus flies so fast that it results in a sonic boom with an explosion of colors. I don't know if they ever explained it in the show itself, but it looks like the light is literally breaking along with the sound barrier. So yeah, a bright, flashy single flare is exactly what they need when they're being chased by monsters who want to kill them and steal their magic. Maybe you didn't get the memo, Rainbow Dash, but acting dumb is not awesome. Sure enough, Tempest does see the rain boom, and she boards their ship.
Where is the pony princess?
Princess? Princess. Nope. All we're hauling is Storm King merchandise.
You do realize that if you were to shelter fugitives, the Storm King would be quite explosive.
How could we realize that when you've given us no reason to fear him? 1 minute after we're introduced to Darth Vader, he kills a guy with his bare hands. 1 minute after we're introduced to Megatron in Transformers the movie, he wipes out an entire crew of Autobots, then spends the rest of the first act decimating an entire city. It's been almost half an hour since we met the Storm King, and all we know is that somehow he's in power, and he's got a line of bobbleheads he's trying to push. I'm sorry for dwelling on this, but come on! Stop telling us to be afraid of this guy and make us understand why we should be afraid of this guy! But before they can be found out, Twilight jumps ship with her friends and cobbles together a hot air balloon with various odds and ends. If she can do all of this with her magic, couldn't she just fly while carrying that crate with her friends inside of it? They reach their destination at... the Southern Oracle? I'm sure it'll be fine. But it turns out that the Hippogriff City has been abandoned for some time. After a little investigating, they all find themselves flushed down the toilet again, and no, I'm not kidding this time, and Twilight embraces the sweet release of death. The end. No, of course they're fine, and they all have bubbles around their heads. Oh no. They were saved by the Atlantidians!
And you're taking me to doggy hell, and none of this is fair at all!
No, it turns out that our heroes were saved by... this thing.
I'm so glad I saved you guys! I'm totally taking you to my mom.
Oh, hi, Melissa Squeaky. Uh-huh. They got Kristen Chenoweth to play this seahorse pony thing named Princess Skystar. I'm groaning at the Descendants flashbacks currently running through my head right now, but maybe she could teach the Storm King a thing or two about being evil?
Don't you wanna be evil like me? Don't you wanna be mean?
After taking the ponies to the Gun City, Melissa Squeaky Star tells them that she and her people used to be the Hippogriffs, but they abandoned their city when the Storm King attacked, and they discovered this magical pearl that has the power to turn other creatures into seahorses. For those not in the know, a hippogriff is a mix between a griffin and a horse. You mean to tell me that these things, with the advantage of flight, and talons and beaks that could tear through flesh, couldn't defend themselves from the Storm King either? How did these not-aquatic creatures find this pearl at the bottom of the ocean in the first place? They used the pearl on the ponies so that they could become seahorses too, and the Tentaclino flashbacks are coming on even stronger. They just gave them the elixir of life, and now they're gonna have to fight off a rat rebellion.
Guys? Guys! What is happening?
In Equestria Girl, Spike turns into a dog. In this movie, he turns into a blowfish. This little guy really is just the short stick of the universe, isn't he? Twilight thinks that this pearl will give them the edge they need to overthrow the Storm King, but the Queen is worried about it falling into his hands, and she's fine with not intervening in any way. So then, what was the point of demonstrating its power and turning them into seahorses when they should have just kicked them out? Melissa Squeaky Star is happy that she has some new friends to squee with, and Twilight, princess of friendship that she is, tries to appeal to the Queen so that she might change her mind. Nah, just kidding. She takes the opportunity to steal the pearl while everyone's backs are turned. Our heroine, every pony.
All of this so you could sneak in and take the pearl? You don't deserve to be one of us.
She then reverses the spell and turns them back to normal. Just for all of them to survive? Come on. You can't say, you don't deserve to be one of us as ominously as that, and not kill them. You just throw them out? Boo! Since the Queen was going to offer them the pearl anyway, as they were all just becoming friends, the rest of the ponies are a little bit miffed by Twilight's actions.
We stuck together. We were gonna get the help we needed. The only thing that stopped us was you.
Well, I'm doing the best I can. It's all on me. I'm the one Tempest wants. I'm the last princess.
You're also the only one who doesn't trust her friends.
Well, maybe I would have been better off without friends like you.
Pinky, I just can't talk to you right now.
We have Twilight, who has been facing a lot of pressure as she's struggling to save her kingdom. They've gone through hell and back as they're trying to survive a whole bunch of deadly situations here. And we've also gone through 6.5 seasons of adventures at this point that show that friendship can pretty much solve any problem. But for this to happen like this legitimately lands. This really feels like, oh, holy crap, things are going down, and I don't know how we're going to get out of this one. A lot of this movie has been telling us that this is really big, but here we feel that it's really big. Good job, movie. Now that Twilight's at her lowest moment, this is the perfect time for her to get captured by Tempest.
Oh, the princess of friendship. With no friends. And no way out.
And she can't just teleport because...
Why are you doing this? You're a pony, just like me.
I'm nothing like you.
Indeed. She's the princess of friendship, and you're the princess of, yes ma'am, may I have another?
It's time you learned a lesson.
Yes ma'am, I'm sorry ma'am, I've been a very bad boy.
Easy, there are children watching.
Hey, it's not my fault. They're the ones who gave Tempest this weird Dommy-mommy vibe. She sings a song about how the only person you can trust is yourself, and she takes us into a flashback showing us how she lost her horn, and all of her friends abandoned her. No fair, movie. You're not supposed to make me cry for a genocidal maniac. And, yeah, this is sad and all, but where are her parents in all this? They aren't horrified by what's happened to their little girl, and they don't do whatever they can to help graft her horn back into place? Earlier, the Storm King said that he was the only one who could fix her horn, but how do we know that for sure? How do we know that he's her only option where everyone else has failed her? All we needed was a little addition to this montage showing her parents scrambling to patch her up, but there's nothing that the doctors can do for her. The backstory as it is sad, but that little extra bit would have made her situation perfectly hopeless. You jump back to Twilight's friends as they learn of her abduction, and all the friends they've made along the way show up to lend a hand.
Hello! I'm back!
The pirates I get, Melissa Squeaky Star I get, but Capper? Okay, so Rarity gave some polish to his coat, but is that enough for a heel turn like this? The ponies can't be the first friendly creatures he ever sold into slavery, can they?
One small thing can make a really big difference.
Fair enough. We jump over to Canterlot, where everything has fallen to shit. Do the other unicorns and Pegasi just forget that they have powers that should prove something of a challenge for these things? We're reminded that Sia Pony is still a thing. Thank goodness she's not in a cage with Shia LaBeouf Pony. And Twilight is taken to the Storm King.
This place, it seems a little too, oh, I don't know, cute! I don't like cute. I never did like cute. Doesn't really go with my whole big, bad, powerful magic guy thing, does it? Deliver the punchline, Tempest, because this has gotta be a joke!
Oh, it is a joke. It's on us, and you're the punchline. Mr. Storm King, please, I'm begging you. Can't you try to be a little more threatening? You have the final piece of the puzzle that will make you invincible, and as far as we can tell, nothing can stop you. You won! Give us a little dread! Make us sad that we'll never know happiness again! If you listen to Starscream in virtually any iteration of the Transformers, it doesn't take a lot to understand that he isn't leader material. He doesn't have the vision, he doesn't inspire respect from his underlings. Frankly, you're left wondering why Megatron has him as his second-in-command in the first place. But if he were in the Storm King's position, he'd at least be lauding his newly acquired power over all within earshot. But Storm King can't even give us that. We question why Megatron tolerates Starscream. This numbnuts is the Starscream that Starscream would disintegrate the first chance he got.
Check out the light show! Not bad. Actually, kind of first rate.
Your Excellency, you promised to restore my horn and give me...
Okay, hang on.
Holy shit! These two princesses share a mutual power of controlling day and night, but the added factors of friendship and love can apparently have this kind of power? I'm reminded of Mune, where we have these godlike creatures who control the paths of the sun and the moon, and they're infinitely strong in order to perform these tasks, but controlling the sun and the moon still took a little effort. The combined magics of these princesses can make you move the sun as casually as a laser pointer? If not for the fact that this power is being wielded by this guy, I'd be legitimately terrified right now. And again, since I like being nitpicky, this is making me wonder what exactly the cosmology of Equestria's world really is. If it were anything like Earth, the Storm King throwing around the sun like a yo-yo would pretty much mean the entire world is destroyed. The planet has been torn away from its atmosphere, the oceans are sloshing all over where they shouldn't be, and all this would be immediately deadly for every creature on the surface, assuming that they weren't just hurled into space. But the Storm King is doing this and everything's fine? Equestria is home to unicorns, griffins, dragons, and other mythological creatures that have no place in modern zoology, and it has magic and other supernatural forces that other contemporary sciences have simply outgrown. Is it possible that Equestria is the physical manifestation of what we once believed Earth was? Is it some flat landmass in a geocentric universe where everything revolves around it? Is that why this significantly smaller, and closer, sun wouldn't have the effect on the world it should have?
Oh, shut up and watch the ponies.
Of course. The ponies sneak their new friends into Canterlot by baking them into a cake, which they can do because Pinkie Pie is some kind of cartoony goddess of chaos or something. I'm not even questioning that nonsense. That's the kind of crap that she was doing all the time in the series. What I will question is that if she has that kind of power, and she does, why doesn't she just turn into the Mask and whip out a bunch of guns? That'd be helpful. The other ponies and their friends attack with their talents and skills, even Fluttershy, whose inherent sweetness reduces this guy into a blubbering mess.
Let it all out. Oh, sorry. Our time is up. Bye-bye!
This small band of insurgents can do what an entire city could not because, shut up, of course they can. The Storm King finally does something villainous and summons a tornado, making me fear that this is going to turn into a My Little Pony Wizard of Oz crossover.
Restore my horn, and I swear to use my magic to serve you.
Who cares about your dinky little unicorn horn?
But we had an agreement.
Get with the program! I used you. It's kind of what I do.
Yes, remind us again why you thought this guy would be the authority on how to restore unicorn magic? If stealing the magics of these princesses is really the only option, why not just steal them for yourself? Clearly you've got a better idea of what to do with them than this powerless goat muppet. No, the real betrayal here is that this could have actually worked. If they had the Storm King showing a little empathy for Tempest, like how Frollo presented himself as a father figure for Quasimodo, this might actually be heartbreaking. Instead, the cruel, calculating Tempest put all of her faith in this chuckle-hut who'd forget his own name if he wasn't trying to build a brand around it.
Hold on!
How is she supposed to hold on? Neither of you have any thumbs.
Why are you saving me?
Because this is what friends do.
What happened then? Well, in Ponyville they say that the Tempest's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. Twilight's friends get up to the castle with Pinkie's party cannon. They could have used Cheese Sandwich's party cannon, just saying. They all forgive each other, and Twilight gets the Storm King's staff. But then... No what? She still got the staff. Why can't you just turn it off from there? Actually, that's exactly what happens, as the tornado dies down, and Twilight is perfectly fine. Because there was literally no other outcome that could have come from this. So Twilight and her new best friend Tempest use the staff to revive the other princesses, restore Canterlot, Rarity helps Capper with his Honest John cosplay, might as well let everyone know that this guy will sell your kids if you let him, and Twilight's Friendship Festival can resume.
So much life in those open eyes.
You're not Gazelle! Get off the stage! Tempest adds to her redemption as she uses her shattered head stump to make some fireworks. Yeah, what exactly was wrong with her horn being broken again? It doesn't look that great, But are her magical powers hampered in any way?
Nice touch, Tempest.
Actually, that's not my real name.
Oh god, what is this gonna be?
It's Fizzle Pop Berry Twist.
I've never heard a name that's as dumb as it is kinky. So that was My Little Pony, the movie. The animation was very appealing, and honestly it's refreshing to see frame-by-frame animation in a medium dominated nearly entirely by CGI. The music is catchy, despite the distinct lack of cheese sandwich, and it stays true to the thesis of the franchise in that the greatest magic of all is friendship, even when it's tested to its breaking point. Unfortunately, most of the issues I have with this movie stem from how the Storm King is as threatening as a wet pair of socks, but the movie insists that he's the worst villain to hit the screen since Darth Vader. Apparently he's a threat to everyone in the Tri-Kingdom area, and then he's easily vanquished by the same adorable little ponies he thinks so little of. Maybe the point is that his hubris let his guard down, but if it was, that point did not stick the landing. This isn't the kind of movie that I'm going to watch for my own enjoyment, but if I had daughters or nieces of my own, I could watch this with them without needing to look at the clock every 2 minutes.
But it's still better than Equestria Girls, right?
I'll happily take this over Equestria Girls any day. See you later.
Bye!
I know you are a purple horse. Some throw glitter while you use force. You stomp around with broken horn. Dark storm clouds and eternal scorn. So much angst in those glowing eyes. So much smoke while the soundtrack cries. But when your ship sinks into the sea, you scream loud and dramatically. I could see a rainbow from the beams that they shoot somehow. I can hear the crowd groan, ooh, when the pop song starts right now. I can see a rainbow as the merch starts to roll out now. Starts to roll out now. Kappa sings and he steals your cash. Pirate birds do a weird dance bash. Pinkie Pie starts another song. Somehow every scene feels too long. I could see a rainbow from the beams that they shoot somehow. I can hear the crowd groan, ooh, when the pop song starts right now. I can see a rainbow as the merch starts to roll out now. Starts to roll out now.
Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end. Your reward is me in this hat. You're welcome. If you want to see more, check out my previous review over here. We got a whole playlist of reviews over this way. And thank you all for supporting my channel. It helps keep the lights on around here. Oh, poopy.